Well, hello everyone. My name is Doris Bauer. I am one of the podcast hosts here at PHLB Radio. PHLB Radio will have a new podcast featuring the organization, the Filipino American Civic Action International, otherwise known as FASAI. My job today is to properly introduce to you this organization, its history, and the people behind the organization, and the goals and the hosts of the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us today. Well, the people who are behind this are Mr. Bernie Benito, Ms. Jocelyn Borromeo, Mr. Ernie Buo, and Mr. Bing Longakit. Actually, Dr. Philip Palaracio is also behind this, but he's not on the scene right now. So welcome, everyone. The Filipino American Civic Action International organization was founded by Mr. Bernie Benito. And he is actually known as the godfather of the Las Vegas Filipino community. And in this organization, he was also assisted by the longtime treasurer, who is Jocelyn Borromeo of FASAI. Anyway, I have some questions for Bernie and Jocelyn. So, Mr. Bernie Benito, can you tell us about the history of FASAI, or the Filipino American Civic Action International? What led you to organize this group?
Okay, in 2015, May 14, a few of my group came together in order to initiate and organize this kind of civic organization in order to have a common goal, which is community service.
Right.
Its goal actually is to promote and enhance the interests of the Filipino and Filipino Americans in the area of education, culture, and humanitarian services. But other than that, we have expanded it into, helping internationally, especially in the Philippines during the time of calamity, feeding the hungry, and all kind of charity works that we can do, because FASAI actually is a community service-driven organization.
Very good, very good.
Yes.
So those are pretty much the activities, right, that
Yes.
you are considering and are still doing for
Yes.
FASAI, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Ms. Jocelyn Borromeo, what have been your challenges in assisting with the organization in organizing and make it, still an organization to be reckoned with?
There are always challenges in an organization. Members who quit and members who stay will always have reasons. However, maintaining a good relationship strengthens the foundation of the organization.
Right.
This is what makes our FASAI unified, progressive, and productive.
So I'd like the public to know the current leadership of the Filipino American Civic Action Group is comprised of Mr. Bernie Buo, who is the president. Ernie, I should say. What did I say? Bernie. Mr. Ernie Buo, I apologize. Mr. Bing Longakit is the vice president. And Dr. Philip Palaracio is the executive director. And also Jocelyn Borromeo, who's with us here, is the treasurer. And Vivian De Jesus Bernales is the secretary. The podcast will be hosted by no other than the president and the vice president of FASAI. So let us get to know them. Mr. Ernie Buo. Mr. Ernie C. Buo is the current president. He's a PE, an MBA, and an APEC engineer, which is a civil senior engineer. He is also a senior civil engineer in the city of North Las Vegas, Nevada. Previously, he has held positions as a senior civil engineer at the Clark County Water Reclamation District, where he has served as part of the engineering group and reviewed designs of sewer infrastructure throughout the valley. During the early stages of his career, Mr. Buo gained valuable expertise in engineering and utilities as a plan examiner for the Engineering Services Department of the Las Vegas Valley Water District, and as a civil engineer, and also as a professor in the Philippines. Mr. Buo holds a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering from Manuel L. Quezon University in Manila, Philippines, and completed coursework in the Industrial Engineering and Management in the Philippines. Subsequently, he expanded upon his professional knowledge and earning an MBA from Fontbonne University in St. Louis, Missouri. That's a lot of credentials, Mr. Buo. Thank you. And the other podcast host is Mr. Virgilio, or Bing Longakit. So Bing, as we call him, is a CPA and is a doctor of jurisprudence. Bing got his bachelor's degree in accounting at the Philippine School of Business Administration. Then he took his master's degree of business administration at Ateneo de Manila University. After moving to Las Vegas, Bing studied at the UNLV William S. Boyd School of Law, where he completed his Juris Doctor degree. Bing has worked as a controller and an accounting manager, and he has worked for 6 years with the state of Nevada as an auditor and as a management analyst. While working for the state of Nevada, he was selected to become a certified public manager after 2 years of coursework and training. That's fantastic. And so he's currently a senior accountant at the Clark County Treasurer's Office. For his law degree, Bing served as a judicial intern to the Honorable Cheryl Moss, who we all know was the District Court Judge Family Division Department judge. So I think she is the 8th judicial, that was in the 8th Judicial District Court, where he did legal research and wrote orders for the judge. He briefed cases, he attended hearings and oral arguments, and worked closely with the judge's staff in processing joint petitions, summary dispositions, summary annulments, name changes, and service by publications, and so forth. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me now officially hand over the Filipino American Civic Action International microphone to your hosts, Mr. Ernie Buo and Mr. Bing Longakit.
Thank you, Doris.
Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat, and welcome to the pilot episode of Filam Civic Action, an international television program dedicated to empowering the Filipino American community through civic action, education, and collaboration. As Filipino Americans, we're part of a rich and dynamic global diaspora. Our stories, struggles, and our successes shape not only our communities, but also the societies we live in. So join us on this exciting journey of discovery, advocacy, and empowerment. This is Filam Civic Action, where Filipino Americans rise together. Let's get started. And now, here's my co-host tonight, Bing.
Thank you, Ernie. Magandang gabi po mga kababayan, and welcome to the very first episode of Filam Civic Action, your platform for connection, empowerment, and action. This program was born from a simple yet powerful idea that as Filipino Americans, we have a unique voice and a vital role to play in shaping our communities, both here in the United States and around the world. Here, we will celebrate the richness of our culture, tackle the issues that matter most to our kababayans, and highlight the incredible contributions of Filipinos everywhere. But more than that, this is a space for action, a call to come together, inspire one another, and create meaningful change.
On our future episodes, we'll take you on a journey through stories of resilience, hope, and innovation. You'll meet inspiring individuals who are making waves in their fields, learn about civic initiatives you can be part of, and discover ways to stay connected to our roots while embracing the future. Together, we'll explore questions like, how can we advocate for kababayan? How do we keep our heritage alive while embracing new opportunities? And most importantly, how can we rise as one community to address the challenges of today?
Let us honor our culture, empower each other, and take action for a brighter future. In this program, you'll hear stories of trailblazers in our community, learn how our cultural traditions fuel civic participation, and discover ways to stay involved in shaping a better tomorrow for all Filipinos. This is Filam Civic Action, where Filipino Americans rise, lead, and act as one towards the betterment of our kababayans. So let us all begin this journey together. Tara na, sama-sama tayong gumawa ng pagbabago. Join us next week with our panel of guests from the field of mental health for our episode entitled Unseen Wounds, the Mental Health Crisis.
Hanggang sa susunod na linggo, good night everyone!
From Filam Civic Action, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.